Hey guys, it's Shereé, and today I will be sharing with you my sewing plans for this week and also the month of May. Now, my husband just told me that on SF Gates it mentioned that they are going to be extending the shelter in place, which means that my business will continue to stay closed. And while that is extremely stressful for me financially, I have to look on the brighter side, and that is that we will be keeping our family safe, and hopefully everyone else will be adhering to whatever guidelines are set, if there are any changes to what's already been set, and that everyone will be safe and healthy during this time. My way of dealing with the stress of my business being closed has been to sew. So I help my kids in the morning with their homeschooling, and then I do sewing projects. And so I have quite a few things that I have already kind of put some ideas around on what I actually want to make. I may have to stretch out these projects for a while. I've been on a really good roll, and I've made a lot of things, some things that didn't even make it into a video, but I might have to slow down just so that I can stretch out my fabric. Since I am currently on a no-buy, no money, no job, no purchase. So I will be sewing what's left in my collection of fabric, and hopefully I'm able to stretch this out a bit. If not, I don't know. We'll see. Mother's Day is coming. Maybe my husband will surprise me with some more fabric. But let me show you what I plan to make. I'm really excited about it. First things first. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel. If you're a returning person, I thank you so much for your support, and I really hope that you continue to find my videos enjoyable. All right, let's get started. So I have been really enjoying this Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book. It is fairly new. I want to say it came out in March, and I was fortunate enough to get this from Barnes & Noble. It's hard to find on Amazon, and what I found when I tried to purchase both fabric and patterns from Tilly's website is that whenever it came time to check out, there was no shipping option for me. If you don't know already, I am in the Bay Area of California in the United States, and I don't know if they're just not shipping this way or what the deal is, but I was really bummed because I love her cottons, her jerseys, and so I wanted to make some of the t-shirts in here using her fabric, but they won't ship to me, so that's a bummer. Anyway, I have made this little dungaree jumper. I'm actually wearing it now, and it was featured in my last video. It's extremely comfortable, and I plan to make it again, only the fabric I want to make it in, the actual thread that I ordered never arrived. So I'm on the hunt, and it seems as though I'm going to have a little bit of trouble finding thread to match this, especially since I can't go into a store and place the thread on top. But this material is so soft, and I just know that it will make the best dungaree jumper ever. But anyway, I digress. So I want to show you the things that I'll be making out of this book. So far I've made jammies, which I also showed in my last video, but I'd love to make this olive pinafore dress. I really love this dress a lot. I've been wanting to make something similar to this for a long time, so I'm excited to have a pattern for it. I've already cut the fabric, and one of the fabric suggestions in this book was African wax print fabric, which you know I love. So I already cut the fabric. There are quite a few pieces. They have several variations in this book to change it up and make it your own, but this is the fabric that I will be using to make that pinafore, and I'm excited about it. It's lightweight, so it'll be perfect for spring and summer, and I'll probably end up wearing just a colored t-shirt underneath, either a white or purple or red. Any of the colors within this pattern would be really nice. So yeah, I'm excited to make that. I've been really eager to make it. The other thing that I'm making from that same fabric, I have quite a bit of it, is shorts for my husband. I'm going to be making him these shorts, and this is the Quick Sew K4045, and I like these shorts a lot, but I will be modifying the pattern. So for one, it has cargo pockets, and my husband does not like cargo pockets, so I will not be putting those on. I'm mostly using this for an outline to make sure that they fit a little bit looser than the shorts that I made him last time. And yeah, so these are the shorts I'll be making for him out of the African wax print fabric. And that fabric was purchased at Fabric Wholesale Direct. The other thing from this, was it from this book? Hold on one second, let me see. No, that's it. That's it for this book. So the next thing that I'll be making is also a Tilly in the Buttons item, but it is from the Stretch book. And this book is really good. If you are new to sewing with knits, this is a really good book to have. Has some really beginner-friendly beginner-friendly projects in it. So I've had this book for a month, but I didn't have the material to make the things that I wanted out of it. So this is what I'd like to make. This is let me get the right, it is a pinafore dress, because as I mentioned, I'm really into those lately. But I want to give you the exact name. It's a variation of a skirt, the BB skirt. I'll show you that. So this is the BB skirt. It's a more fitted skirt compared to the other item that I showed you. And what they've done is they've altered it so that it's not just a skirt anymore. It has the actual bib front on the front. And so I'm going to be making that. I'm going to be making it out of this fun Ponte fabric. It's quite heavy. I thought it was going to be more like a jersey, but I got this from, it's a good fabric. I feel like in the winter time, fall, winter, I can wear this with tights and I'd be perfectly comfortable and warm, but it's perfect for spring as well. So it's very stretchy. It's really nice quality fabric. I got this from a website called Fashion Fabric Club. Now what I can say about this particular company is, first of all, the items that I purchased, I love them all. They all came just as described and shown in the pictures on the website. But what I didn't like is that it took a month to receive my order. And when you're really excited about sewing something up and you can't go shopping like in an actual store, you really, you know, you're like waiting by your mailbox every day for your items. And it kind of took away some of my excitement when I couldn't actually sew the things that I wanted to sew when I wanted to sew them. But anyways, it's beautiful quality. And while I love everything that I purchased from the company, I'm hesitant to purchase from them again because it takes so long to receive the items. But anyway, I really love this fabric, and I think it's going to be lovely as a pinafore. Another thing that I've considered, or should I save it for I'll save it for another video. If it comes out the way that I want, then I'll show you the fabric that I'd like to try to make it in next. Okay. So, going along with the pinafore theme, I know it's like overkill, I'm sorry, I just really love them. I wanted to get the Tilly in the Buttons Cleo pinafore dress pattern from her website, but again, as I mentioned, they won't ship to me. And so I actually went on a website of a local fabric store. It's actually in Oakland, Stone Mountain Fabric, I believe. It's either Oakland or Berkeley. And it's $22 for the pattern, and I was like, that's more than what Tilly in the Buttons sells it for. So I just was really hesitant about purchasing that pattern. So I went on Etsy to see if I could find something similar, and sure enough, I found a lovely lady. She makes her own patterns and she sells them on Etsy. And what I can tell you, because you already know if you've seen my videos before, I like to read patterns before I actually cut them and sew them. So the actual pattern itself is like an educational little book. There's lots of wonderful pictures for each instruction. I don't know if you can see that. Extremely detailed, lots of variations that you can make to this. But it is more of a let's see, how do I describe it? Oh, here we go. This is actually a good picture to show you. If you can see, think more of like the schoolgirl denim overall dress with the front pocket. That's basically what it is. So you can actually find her on Etsy, and her name is Made by Jack's Mum. And this is the Penelope Pinafore. I'm really excited to make this because there's so many variations and I can make it with so many different fabrics. but also the detailed instructions in here. It's just as good, hopefully even better than some of the Tilly and the Button patterns. But since she says mum and a lot of her references in here, she compares measurements for things, compare US to UK. So I'm assuming that she's also UK based. But this was a $7, I think, and 75-cent pattern. So this versus the $22 I was going to have to pay for Tilly, it kind of was a no-brainer for me. And when I downloaded it and saw how lovely it was put together, I was really excited. And actually, I taped together the pattern. I haven't cut it out yet. But if you can see, there's several different sizes. It has so many sizes, and they're all in different colors, which is much easier to read than the Tilly and the Buttons patterns that are overlapped. Oh, and that's another thing too, is there's no pieces on top of pieces, which makes it extremely easy to just cut out, and you spend less time prepping, right? No offense, Tilly and the Buttons, I love you dearly. I'm just saying this pattern is going to be a lot easier for me to prep. So yeah, so I'll be making that out of this stretch denim. It's so cute, and it's got little white dots all over it, like polka dots. It's so cute, and it's a lightweight denim. So it says that it's stretched, but honestly it's very stiff. If it stretches, it doesn't stretch very much. But yes, so that's what I'll be using to make that. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be so cute, and I think I'll wear it all year long. Winter, I can wear it with tights and a long sleeve knit sweater or something like that. I'm going to revisit this McCall pattern. This is McCall M7 967. I made the version C with the B sleeves and the yellow dress last month. Well, this month I'm going to be doing version D. Version D has more of a straight neck, and it has puffed long sleeves. And I'll be making it out of this nice, soft, stretchy, double poly stretch fabric that I got from Joann's. This fabric is lovely. It's very soft. It stretches really well. What I like about this, and what I'm hoping will be better compared to the yellow dress that I made, is that this is less sheer. So I think I'll be able to not be as self-conscious about my breast in this dress. We'll see, I don't know, but I'll definitely show you guys pictures of the finished product. I like it a lot. This was either going to be a regular old t-shirt or a t-shirt dress. So when I thought about it, I was like, you know, I really do want to make this one. So I think this will work really nicely. So that's that one. Next, I have some red satin left over from my jumpsuit that I made last month. And so I'll be using this New Look pattern, and this is R10094. And you know I don't like sewing with satin, but I'm going to give it another go, and I'm going to use some of the trial and error things that I've kind of figured out after making my last item out of satin. And I'm going to make version B, which is what's being modeled here. I think it will be really nice to have a red satin, and I can wear this with a lot of different types of tops. So hopefully it works out. It doesn't require a lot of material to make this. As a matter of fact, I could tell you, yeah, it takes about a yard and a half, and I have more than enough of this to make this skirt. So I'm excited to make that one, and I think it'll be an easy sew. Next, I will be making the Butterick R10224. This is a jumpsuit. I'm obsessed with jumpsuits and pinafores and dungarees and all those things that are just so comfortable. I'm going to actually make version B. I really do still like the wide leg look. And I think that the fabric that I've chosen will lend itself well to this type of flowy leg. So we shall see. It's got the crisscross front. I am going to size down. I had initially been sizing myself as a size 14 for most patterns, but since those patterns end up being a little bit big on me, I'm going to size down to a size 12. Even though I've never sewed Butterick before, I'm going to go for it. Just looking at the measurements on here, it's very similar to some of my other patterns that I've accidentally made too big. So I'm going to make a 12. I might adjust the bust, but for the most part, I think I'm going to stick to the layout of the pattern. And I'll be using this fabric that I featured in my fabric haul last month. It is an ITY fabric I got from Fabric Wholesale Direct. It's a stretchy, lightweight knit. So it's kind of like a jersey material. This is not a material that you want to use an iron on. So just FYI, if you purchase some, don't do it. It's one of those materials that will melt basically under an iron. But anyways, I think this print is really pretty. It's a dark navy blue and it's got these really great swirls all over it. And so this again is the Butterick R10224. And I actually found this on Etsy. There's lots of great companies that sell patterns for a really decreased amount on Etsy. So if you're, experiencing the sticker shock of some of the patterns on Joann's or other places, you might want to check Etsy because they will sell you some reasonably priced patterns, especially if they are older patterns, which that one I believe is. Okay, let's see, what's next? I already said that. Okay, here we go. I'm excited about this one. I've seen some other people post their plans for making this, and I haven't seen a lot of finished products, but this is the McCall R10444, and it is a shirt dress. Now, I'm not positive, but I think I want to do the length of A, but the neck of C and B. Yeah, so I might just do version B here. I have never done a collar before, like a fold down collar, and I'm not ready, I don't think, to venture into the fold down collar. I don't know, I'll think about it, but I'm pretty sure that I'll make this. It has a shorter collar, and I feel a little bit more comfortable and confident sewing that. Also, I'm not sure if I'll do the belt. I'm just talking about the length for the most part and the neckline. So it's a really great shirt pattern, and even though the recommendations for fabric is poplin linen, seersucker, I actually will be using this stretch denim. I think it's really nice. It's got a light blue. It's kind of hard to see, but in the light blue, ooh, it might get blurry if I get closer. It has like a checkered light blue and white in the lighter blue stripes, and so of course I'll press it. This has just been freshly washed. But I think I'll make that shirt dress out of this. I think it will look really nice. So that's that. All right, so one thing that I didn't feature in my last video because I hadn't actually made it yet, I just prepped it. Let me just make mention of something. When you make the Tilly and the Buttons dungarees that I have on, you might want to make your straps a little shorter than what the pattern is for, because I find when I sit down they do this. When I'm standing it's not an issue, but when I sit they come off my shoulders and it's kind of annoying, but I still love them. All right, so what was I talking about? Oh yes, one thing that I made that I didn't get to show you because when I did the last video I had already cut the fabric and I was in the process of deciding whether or not I was going to make it. And I ended up making it and loved it. It's the Stella hoodie in joggers. And this is from the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book. And so this is a sweatsuit. And I love it. I did add length though, 2 inches to the legs. I'll insert a picture if I can. So far I haven't worn it. I have just tried it on. And the pictures that I have are of the sweatsuit without me in it. So if I can get it on and have my husband take pictures, then I'll insert it for you. But I added 2 inches to the legs because even though I'm not very tall, I'm 5'4", I find that a lot of pants, like joggers, they flood my ankles, and I don't like cold ankles. I mean, do you guys like that? It seems to be a trend that everybody wants to wear joggers that stop like an inch above your ankle bone, and I think that's so weird. Like, I don't want to be warm and cozy everywhere and then my ankles are cold. So anyway, I made them longer. But I did love the way it came out. It's really good. I made a size 5, but I think I might size down. And instead of doing, and so when I made the sweatshirt or sweatsuit, I used a pineapple print material, and I used my yellow cotton jersey inside the hood, and it looked really cute because it matched the pineapples. But instead of doing that, this time around, I actually have a more serious, heavy-duty sweatsuit material that I actually purchased from that Fashion Fabric Club website. Anyways, this is the material. So it's got this really smooth, slick, really athletic-looking feel on one side, and then on the inside, it's the softest light blue fleece I've ever felt in my life. And while it looks like it would be super, super warm, it's kind of thin. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be too warm for spring. I do live in the Bay Area, so we can have 75 degrees today and 64 on Thursday or something. You know what I'm saying? Like our weight fluctuates, our weight. My weight does fluctuate, but I meant to say our weather fluctuates and it's not consistent. So I'm hoping I can still wear this. So I'm going to make that sweatsuit in this, and rather than using a jersey lining in the hood of my sweatshirt, I think what I'll do is I will actually just use the reverse side for the inside of the hood. We'll see. But I'm excited because this fabric is actually so much nicer than what I thought it might be. I thought it was just going to be typical sweatshirt material, but this is a very slick, high, like, you know those high performance, like Lululemon athleisure wear. It's crazy. It actually looks like it might even be waterproof, which I don't know if it is, but that's what it kind of feels like. I don't know if you can hear it. It's like anyway, so I'll be using this fabric to make that sweatsuit again. And then lastly, is that lastly? Yeah. Lastly, I will be making, or not making, but altering this shirt. My husband bought 2 of them. He didn't know what size he would be, but it is a Wakanda jersey, and it says Wakanda Football Federation. And so we are huge fans of Black Panther in our household, and on the back it says Panthers. It's enormous. It's extra large because my husband ended up fitting a large. So I'm gonna hopefully resize it to fit me. So I'm gonna make it smaller. That's the hope. Fingers crossed. It might be oversized, but I might crop it and take in the arms and the sides. So that's that. I said that was the last thing, but the other thing that I've been doing lately is making aprons. And so I'm making denim aprons. So far I've done some fabric aprons, and I can show you a couple actually because they're close by. But these are vintage aprons. So this is what they look like, and it's like an old vintage pattern that I used, and I really like it. It's very cute and flowy. I made this fabric, and then I also used this African wax fabric, and this one actually came out really nice, better than I thought, only because it was hard to match such a large floral piece. Anyway, so I made those, and I'll be making lots of denim aprons to put on my Etsy store. So once my Etsy store is nice and stocked, I will be uploading that on my YouTube channel so that people can shop my makes. And while I'm a new sewist, I've actually done pretty well, and my aprons are coming out great. So if you're interested in that, that will be coming soon. And if not, don't worry about it. But yeah, so those are my sewing plans. I'd love to hear what you plan to sew. I'd love to hear about any of these projects that you might be excited to see, how they come together. And I just really appreciate you, and I thank you. I hope that you continue to stay safe and stay, you know, within the guidelines of this shelter-in-place order. So I hope everyone's healthy and everyone's happy. And again, I appreciate you. Have a great day. Bye.